situation we want to be successful in, ideally. So ideally, we have something in mind that we want to identify with. So we want to identify the situation. Janet's been very clear about this situation here. We want to identify the resource we want, i.e. is it confidence, motivation, relaxation, okay, which is really important. We want to check that the resource is appropriate for us. Okay, so we want to make sure that is confidence the right resource, is relaxation the right resource. So let's say you want to, before you want to sleep better. Okay, you want to be in a more relaxed state of mind before you go to bed. You might choose relaxation as a more appropriate technique. Or let's say you're a snooker player and you want to be more relaxed. So that would be one that you'd use. So the appropriateness, ideally we want to find the time in our life where we have the resource. Because if we can find our own reference, we've got a better chance of building the
Sorry, so these 4 points that you just spoke about now, are they the paths that you want her to connect to?
Well, these are sort of key points that we in developing the anchor that we want to.
Identify resource you want. Right? Is that something that she wears when she was confident? Yesterday with the red circle. That could be. It would depend on what resource Janet felt was appropriate going into this meeting. So maybe the confidence that she had yesterday with the Circle of Excellence might have been different for a different situation. So I would go one step further and say, well, where you think you should be mentally going into that situation, because confidence to one person might mean different to somebody else. See, so I'd always attach it back to the individual, how they feel. So what I would say to Janet there, I would say find a time, ideally, where she went into a meeting and had that confidence or mental state that she would like to recreate, which is key. If the client turns around and says, well, I've never been confident, then maybe you might say, well, what's the nearest thing to confidence? What does confidence mean to you? If they still don't have any recollection, then maybe you might even scale it and say, well, think of someone who is confident. How do they walk? So there's no real outlet for them. We're going to sort of latch on something. We can then sort of decide the anchors that we're going to use. Okay, so we'll run for kinesthetic anchors today, but we can also do visual ones and auditory ones as well, hence the music or something we might see. So if you want to do a discrete physical action to attach, it might be thumb and finger together. Yeah.
We run with that for now. Yeah. Okay. And then we basically the key point that we're going to do here. I'm going to get you to go to a time where you had those feelings. Okay. Access those feelings, and when you think of that time, I'm going to get you to press your anchor. Okay. And I'm going to get you to hold your anchor for a period of about, say, 3 to 5 seconds till the memory intensifies. And eventually what will happen when you do that, it'll bring back those feelings, okay, automatically.
Yeah.
Okay, so the key is really that what we do is, as soon as you are able to go back to that time, that you press your anchor and hold until it gets to, we'll scale the intensity on a scale of 1 to 10. When we're at 9.9, then you can release. And then we'll do that a few times, and then we'll start seeing where we're up to with that. And then we can future pace, just imagine the scenario and go from there. So if you'd like to close your eyes, please, Jenna, and really relax. Okay. Big breath in, you might feel your heart beating and your breathing just relaxes. Your feet are against the floor, your back against the chair. You feel really relaxed. I want you now to go back to a time when you felt extremely confident in the situation that you described. Okay, you got a time. Now, as you go back to that time, notice what you saw, what you heard, what you felt, where you were, what was going on. Then maybe you might have had a taste or a smell, but really associate to that time like you're living it in the here and now. It's the here and now. And once you go back to that experience, just press your anchor and let the experience intensify. Okay? Really let the experience intensify, really the experience like it's the here and now. And when we get to about 9.9 on the scale of 1 to 10, you can just release. Okay. And gradually release and gradually come back to the here and now. Okay. So we just want to gradually come back to the here and now. Okay. I'm going to take you through that process another 2 or 3 more times so we start getting an association there. What we do in between, we break state, because we don't want the feelings carried forward. Break state, remember I said yesterday, you could do phone them backwards, whatever works for you. Okay. Were you able to?
Yeah.
Were they the right resources for you? Yeah. And it's always worth checking if they're the right resources for the client, which is important. We're going to go back again, go back to that situation again, really relax, closing your eyes, really experiencing that time like it's happening in the here and now. Okay, once you experience it and you see what you see, feel what you feel and hear, press your anchor and intensify the images. Okay, really reliving it and feel all those feelings of confidence. Go through every cell of your body. And when we reach a peak intensity, we can gradually release. Okay, brilliant. Go back to the here and now, we just break state again. I'll take you through that one more time and then we'll future pace. Okay, so once again, I want to close your eyes and really relax. Okay. And re-experience that time when you were extremely confident. Going back to that time. Okay, once you reconnect to the experience like it's the here and now, just press your anchor and hold and really intensify the experience like it's the here and now. Really live it. Notice what you saw, what you heard, what you felt, what you were saying, all the colours around you, any smells and tastes. And hold and just gradually release. Okay. Okay, so we just break state again. Okay, now we should start getting a neurological link to the anchor and those feelings. So if you just press slightly, you get a link starting to build. Yeah. Okay, so the more you do that, the more there will be a neurological link. If the emotion is powerful enough, then there will be a neurological link fairly rapidly. Obviously, the more you do it, the more you have attachment. But when you think about it, it doesn't take much for you to listen to a song in a certain situation to build a neurological link, or someone to say something. And the same applies for this technique. What I'll do now is future pace you, and I'm going to get you to really relax, close your eyes, and think of the meeting.
What's this called, sorry?
Future pacing. So it's worth taking to that situation to see if it's working. I mean, in an ideal world, you can actually do and replicate exactly what they need to do. Great. Yet if you can't do that, then it's worth just future pacing them. So really relax. I want you to imagine, getting up in the morning, making your way into the meeting. Okay, you're up in the morning, you're making your way into the meeting. You're outside the office. You're ready to go in. And as you're ready to go in to engage in conversation, just press your anchor and notice how you feel. Okay, and just release. And gradually come back to the here and now. Okay, how did it feel to?
It was weird. I had like a rush in my ears. It was weird, like really intense sort of emotion feel. Like really sort of, as I was like, like really.
Yeah.
Genned up. It was weird. It was good.
Into that state that you need to take them on. Bring them on.
Yeah, Brie was like,
Oh dear.
Look out there, guys. Brilliant. Thanks for that, Jim.
Okay,
Thank
cheers.
you.